Thanks for tuning into LinkedIn Labs, a thought leader production by PKF Texas. I'm Raisa Evans, the Executive Manager for Practice Growth, and today we're going to look at how to manage email notifications from LinkedIn. You might be drowning in email once you start really interacting on LinkedIn if you haven't managed these notifications, and you can manage them in your inbox, but you can also really cut them back here. Right now we're on our homepage of LinkedIn, and we want to go to settings to do this. So I'm going to go to my top right navigation and then come down to privacy and settings. So the majority of these options are going to be found under communications. You can get into set the frequency of emails, and you can fairly granularly set what types of notifications and emails to get on different types of actions. So you can get an individual email in all cases, or a weekly digest, or no email at all. And it's just a personal preference to go through and set these. There's certain types of emails that you will get that people will expect that reached you. So if they send you a direct message, or if they send you an introduction or something like that, and it's a direct one-to-one communication, you might want to leave those one-to-one communications to be direct emails, because it would be the same thing as if they sent you an email. Updates and news, you can definitely cut back here. You might want to see activity only when you log into LinkedIn, so you don't want an individual email about that. It's up to you. And group digests will be a common inbox clogger. Some of these very active groups, which are great, will just absolutely flood you with email through the activity and discussions of its board. And if you find yourself turning these off, and you also find yourself not going online to interact with these groups, consider whether or not your association with that group has been valuable to you, and maybe unjoin the group and join something else that has a more moderated, targeted level of interaction for you and the prospects that you're hoping to reach. And then similarly, another culprit is the endorsements. These are the skills that you note on your profile, and then the people that you're connected with go on and give it a vote of confidence, and that's called an endorsement. First, you'll get an email when you receive each one of these, and sometimes that's nice because you can go back and return the favor for those connections. But it could be that you get too many of these, and you might just want to turn them off for a time and endorse your friends and connections when you get online. You can spend a few minutes just doing mass amounts of endorsements and return the favor without having to get an email from it. And then you've got certain types of messages that you might receive from LinkedIn, and if you viewed the settings video, you'll see that there's certain advertising preferences and things that you can turn off to really limit the amount of email that you're getting from this source. So I'm going to go back to settings for a minute and show you one setting to watch out for. Select who can send you invitations. Now, your purpose for being on LinkedIn is to have an easy way to both develop and maintain relationships of people that you interact with in real life, or sometimes just online. But you want to have a choice as to whether or not to connect with these people, and there's certain things that put roadblocks in place. Now, if you're getting too many connections, you can mark those, or requests for connections, which is called an invitation. You can mark those people as spammers. Or you can even tell LinkedIn to block them from you. But if you want to, you can make sure that they only have your email address. And you'll see this sometimes when you try to link to a connection, that all of a sudden you've got to produce an email address to them, and it just makes it harder to connect to them. So I encourage you to use this option sparingly and thoughtfully. This has been another LinkedIn Lab, a thought leader production by PKF Texas. Find me and other PKF Texas thought leaders at linkedin.com/company/PKF-Texas.